Hello, our loves. This is Joanne and Elizabeth from World's Cup of Joe. Awaken your soul. If you're new to this channel, we just want to welcome you. This is where you come for balanced energy in your twin flame connection. Me and Elizabeth are both in permanent relating experiences, and we share these truths. So if you're new here, make sure you hit subscribe so you do not miss any of the juicy, balancing energy that we share with you. All right, love, let's get started.
Here's the question. I've come to terms that I may never balance my twin flame connection enough to be in a permanent relating experience. What would happen if I just decided to marry somebody else and live with the facts of this journey?
Whether you choose to align with soul, with solitude, with your person, or with a soulmate or another person, it doesn't change the energetic connection that you have. And if you're curious on what it looks like to be with a twin flame, a soulmate, or by yourself, we actually have a video we've done on it. So I'll add a link below on what that looks like. But as far as this specific example is someone asking if they just got married and kind of moved on, how that would play out in the connection. And I'm sorry to break it to everyone, whether you're married or not married or single or dating, whatever it is that is created in the man-made construct, because that's what a marriage is, it is still a man-made construct that is created in the 3D. Regardless if you're married or not, with a soulmate, or in solitude, or with your person, it doesn't change that this is an energetic connection, and you will still have that energetic tie with your person. Seriously, whether you're with your person or not, you are still one. Whether you choose to be with your twin flame or not, whether you choose a soulmate or not, you are one with your soul because your soul is you. I think the question is basically saying, to decide to move on with my life and try to forget this person, what does that look like? And we've talked about this. It's energy. You are basically in the energy of your soul. Your person is your soul. So there's really no separation whether you're married or not. And we do have a lot of beautiful souls that follow us, as well as clients that does have a soulmate. And here's the thing that I'm going to break down to you guys. Whether you are with a soulmate or not with a soulmate, or decide to be with your person or not, it does not change the connection. It doesn't change the creation that God made of the one soul. So you will still be energetically tied to this person. Now you can choose, and that is your choice, which is beautiful because you are an awakened TF. You get to choose. You get to choose which resonates most. And those that decide to be with a soulmate, those that decide to get married and are aligning with soul, it's kind of cool. Their TF still wants to be in their life. They do, some way or another. So whether they're with someone or not, and they're aligning with soul draws to itself. And so a lot of our clients that are married or with a soulmate, their people are still being drawn to them, and they obviously get to choose. So if they decide, you know what, I choose my soulmate and my person's coming through, I'm going to hold boundaries and let my person know, you know, I choose my soulmate, and they won't not say, the connection will not change. That energetic connection of your soul will not change. There's no animosity. There's no anger. It doesn't necessarily mean they'll stop coming towards you. They're always will. And so that's what we meant by you getting to choose, because when they come, you might have to say like, hey, I choose my soulmate. I choose to be for myself, and then they leave, and then you just keep focusing on soul, and then they might come back again, like, hey, Are you still good being by yourself? Are you still good with, your soulmate or your marriage? They don't understand when you are aligned with soul why they keep being drawn to you. But that is going to be up to you on what your connection, your relating experience is with your person. You get to choose what that looks like, because there are people that choose the soulmate because the soulmate connection, you can be in mind. You can work through the emotions. They like to be able to express the emotions. And then there are those that resonate deeply with being by themselves, and that is what they choose. And then there are those, when their person comes around, they look to see what that looks like to merge with their soul. And it is a completely different relating experience, because this is one that you have no one else in the entire cosmos that you'll experience being with your person. So if your plan is, hey, I'm just going to get married so I can forget them, it's not going to work like that. It doesn't matter if you're with your person or with anyone else. You're not going to forget what you are. You're not going to stop the connection that is. You are your soul. Your person is your soul. The only way out is in. The only way to be able to get through this connection is to continue to align with your soul, to continue to focus on your spiritual ascension, to continue to make this journey about you. And as a byproduct, not only will you feel better, but you'll also manifest your person, those other souls that resonate like a soulmate, and everyone else. Focusing on you and your alignment with soul, it bypasses experiencing life kind of just settling. And that's what I would say. If your goal is to forget your person, forget your other self, and just completely try to move on to where, you're going to marry someone else and fill that void or settle, it won't work, because you can't technically avoid yourself, which is your person. There's always going to be that tie. There's always going to be that connection. And there's no one else that's going to ever be able to top this energetic tie. Even though a soulmate might be very beautiful and there might be a lot of love there, it isn't your soul. And it isn't this energetic tie where you are one. And it's different, and you should know that up front. Don't expect that just because you get married or you choose someone else means that you lose the connection and you technically move on. There's no moving on from what you are. It's being an acceptance of what is. I am my soul, and I'm aligning with soul because this is my spiritual journey, and all that comes to me, I will be open to all that what my soul brings me, whether it's my person, whether I resonate more with a soulmate or by myself. I would say having that open to all of it will allow you to be able to be the creator that you are. Because that question is almost saying we're never going to be together, and that's a cancel. I would cancel that right off the bat, because that's not something in my vortex, my love. It's not. I know my soul, and I know my soul is forever drawn to me. So I can't ever say we're never going to be together, because I'm the creator. So make sure that you can decide, I want to be open to all that comes. And if that includes a soulmate, my person, or solitude. And I will decide in every now moment, as opposed to, that's never going to work out, I'm going to get married and move on. You can still get married. You could still choose solitude. But the moving on isn't going to make a difference whether you're by yourself or not, or if you're with your person or not. It doesn't change. They're still going to be with you energetically. So the physical 3D is not going to change the 5D connection. It's an eternal bond, regardless of what is constructed. by man, because this is what God created is. It's your creation. What do you think, Lev?
Okay, so this is something you touched on, but I want to elaborate on. So just like this question is asking, if I just get married because I just assume I'm not balancing, is that going to work? I want to also bring it back to, even if you're in a permanent relating experience, it doesn't mean that there's rainbows and butterflies every day. And that's the truth. It's amazing to be in a permanent relating experience. So I really want to emphasize that. It really is amazing. But there is a lot of spiritual work that goes into maintaining the energy of being in a permanent relating experience. So whether you're with a soulmate or you're with your soul, you're still on this journey. This journey has chosen you. Your soul chose you to awaken. That's the truth. That's the reality. So no matter who you decide to be with or how it unfolds for you, there's always going to be spiritual work, because if you're not doing the spiritual work that comes with this journey, essentially there is suffering, because you're in mind and mind is suffering. Your soul is trying to awaken you to shed the mind so you don't have to suffer anymore. And our soul, our twin flame, is the catalyst that keeps leveling us up through our triggers and through our being able to release mind. And they are the best catalyst to shed those layers. So I really want to emphasize, it doesn't matter, like you said, Joanne, it doesn't matter who is picked, who is chosen, who you're with, whether it's solitude, whether it's soulmate, whether it's your twin flame. This journey is something you're on. You can't just say, I want to get off the journey now. It doesn't work like that. You're awakening. This is your spiritual journey. So there's going to be work involved no matter who you're with or if you're alone, because the triggers will still come. There will be things that you are now forced to either deal with, release, or you're going to sit with them and they're going to be painful. So really, this is a journey of you freeing yourself from the mind. And it's a beautiful experience if you allow it to work through you the way your soul meant for it to be. And that's why your person is able to come back in when you are doing the work, because your soul is drawn to soul. So the more you focus on doing that inner work, like you mentioned, Joanne, your soul is being drawn back in. It's this twofold win-win. Not only do I feel the release from the pain that's been tormenting me my whole life, but oh my gosh, my person is here. This person that I love more than life itself, right? That's how it feels when we are in this connection. It's like, I love this person more than life itself because it is me. And you're with me as I'm doing the work to get to this place of ascension. That's the reality of this journey. It's hard work, but man, it's so worth it. It really is so worth it.
And the worth it is you. It is you. Your person did their part. This question is like revolved on, I need to be with someone else or my person. It's not how I feel, how I can feel love, how I can reach joy, how I can live my best life through soul, right? And I think there was a portion of living your best life, but it doesn't need to require another person. It really doesn't. I shared this in that video where we talked about soul or solitude. And honestly, Les, I would rather choose solitude because it's the closest next best thing to my person. My person is just here because I'm in solitude. My person is drawn to me because I am in soul. But as far as choosing a soulmate, there's nothing wrong with that as well, because the question almost sounded kind of like a settling, right? If I just move on and find and get married, it won't change the connection because you're always one, and it won't change your ascension because it activated this alignment with soul. And now that you're awakened, even if you try to go back to sleep and try to just, in a sense, move on, your soul's always going to open up more and more ways for you to get deeper in it. And that's why I said if I chose solitude, as a byproduct, my person's still going to be there. What I would say is instead of trying to figure out the future, because that's what the question is, be in the now. If there's someone there in front of you and it is not your person and it's a soulmate that resonates, then dance with what is in front of you. If what is in front of you right now is solitude, then dance with solitude. Because when you are dancing in the now, whether you're with a soulmate or you're by yourself, that is the energy that draws your person in. And that's why we always say you get to choose. You only get to choose when you're aligned with soul. When you're not aligned with soul, it's hard. It's hard to manifest your soul. And it's also really hard to stay in a relating experience when you're going back and forth in mind. So when you're aligned with soul, you can draw in your soul. When you're aligned with soul, the cool part is you're also a magnet to all of your desires. And if that means abundance, if that means love, it's not just your person, but a soulmate can come. Even relationships with family, relationships with friends, everything that your heart desires brings in your best life. So stop associating it with one thing. Receive all of that you are through that alignment of soul. This is such a deep question, and we are truly so, I don't know how to express this, but I'm so proud to have wakened up. I'm so proud that my soul chose me to wake me up. Because it woke me up, I am now able to be awakened, to watch my emotions, to know that I'm the creator and everything that's coming to me is always, always working out for me. So look at this connection as a gift from soul instead of looking at it like it's one or the other, right? Like it's based on your person to live your best life. Heck no. Live your best life now. Live every moment of now. Now is your best life. Your person can't be far away from you when you're living your best life in soul, because they are your soul. We love you guys. We hope you have an amazing, amazing soulful day. I love you. Bye, love.
Love you. Bye.